not A. Okay, so just when you look at your reports, at the top it says the affected octave, and at the bottom, or about midway down, it'll tell you the balancing one. Now, the other thing that that report tells you is the color of glasses, or the color that is a balancing color. Now, if you have the light wave optical glasses, then that would mean you could go grab those 4 pair and throughout the day wear each one for about 15 minutes. Now, if you don't have the glasses, you don't need to run out and get them. It's just an added, it's like sometimes when it's cold, all you need is a sweater. Sometimes you need a sweater and a coat. The glasses are just that extra thing. It's not absolutely necessary, but the information is there for you.
Hey, greetings, everyone.
Greetings, greetings.
Hey,
Greetings.
how's it going?
Greetings. Hello.
Hello. Hi.
Good. Hey, everyone's doing
Hello.
well?
Good evening.
Good evening, all.
Good evening. Better put some bass up in there. Good evening.
Good evening up in there.
So good to see all of your bright faces. Hey, Reggie, that was quite informative.
Yes, I enjoyed it as well.
Yeah, thank you. Dr. Imani, greetings.
Greetings, Dr. Mark. How are you this evening?
I'm fabulous. You ready to get the show on the road?
Absolutely. Your sweater matches my headband.
Hey.
Uh-oh.
Color coordinated tonight.
Color coordination going on.
Who knew? I like the lady in purple walking around too.
Hello.
Oh yeah, she's fabulous.
My colors were purple and green today, lime green. So
yes.
Wonderful.
Well, to all of our guests and family and tribe and community and conscious people, welcome to Solex AL Scan Thursday night conference call. Welcome.
Dr. Mark, I'm driving, so that's why I'm muted face out.
Okay, Denise.
Everyone.
So good to see you in the space.
Dr. Mark?
Yes.
Before we start even, I had reached out to you. You must have been super, super busy today. Or maybe you responded and I was super, super busy.
Yeah.
But Solex is having a call that's starting at 8:30 Eastern time, which is 8:30, you know, it's like shortly. So I just wanted to make sure, I had suggested that we do a real brief check-in and refer people to that call so that we could hear what's going on with the company. Because they just had a call the other night.
Yes, I was on that call and Reggie just showed the highlight from the 17th call. But yeah, let's do that because they're always breaking news and we want to hear what's going on. So why don't we just hear maybe a couple testimonials of what's going on out there in the field?
Sounds good. Let's do that.
That Solex has stepped up their game in terms of production. That call looked great, especially what they have been doing in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, definitely. You know, they had a wonderful doctor who was talking about some of the ancient science, but let's hear from some of the people. How you doing out there using your AL scanner, Solex technology?
So I'll share. I'll share. Sure will. Good evening, everyone. Hello, Dr. Mark. I tell you, my whole atmosphere, the aura, it's how can I describe, like, my energy seems to be attracting more positive energy towards me. Like there's something that is, it's the energy that's emanating from me that must be very attractive. I've had more people just show up in my life. Most of them I've known, but they're coming back into my life in different ways. I don't know if that makes sense. My level of joy and happiness, even during the midst of what I'm dealing with, is just phenomenal to me. Like I haven't snapped on anyone. I began to recognize other humans that affect me adversely, to the point that I will get a headache, and it's almost like I have to play a tone. I can't. So my whole energy has changed during the 90 plus days that I've been using the AO scan. And it's unbelievable to me what this device is doing for me in my life. And it's not things, it's not money, it's inner joy that is happening. And I'm elated about it. And I just wanted to share that. And when you have that inner peace, that inner joy, creativity, just you can do anything. Yeah. So anyway, that was it. I just wanted to share that with the group. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Kimberly.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Yes.
Good evening.
Hey, Jordan Bay.
Hi, Jordan Bay.
I just want to share with everyone, most times I'm quiet on the line, but my scanner has been off the chain. I have materialized a vehicle which is needed. I put off, and it's helped me in my meditation, and it's also helping me in just getting more production done. My energy is fine. I'm like very mellow, more than usual. And so I'm enjoying my scanner and I'm using it, and my tones are perfect. I can feel parts of my internal organs just vibrating to vitality. And so I'm very pleased with it. I'm happy to be part of the family. And I just want to wish everyone a good, prosperous, enjoyable evening in this gathering that we're having tonight. Peace.
Hey, thank you, Jordan Bay. Congratulations on your new transportation.
Thank you. Thank you.
Love to see prosperity. All right, Faye Davis, I think your hand is up.
Yes.
Yes, it is. Thank you, Dr. Mark. I'm on my cell phone. I'm trying to figure out how to navigate it. First of all, you gave us homework last week.
Dr. Davis.
I did the homework, man. I did the homework. It was totally and completely awesome. There's really something to that amygdala. I did some Wikipedia reading up on that, and it was just absolutely fantastic. I also got a little more facile with using the fingers, sliding them over the screen.
Yes.
And then on Sunday, of all people, Dr. Charles McWilliams talked about that and how to do the same thing. So it was like a confirmation for me to really get in there and work with it. And I got to tell you, I like it better than muscle testing. Because sometimes I get off with the muscle testing, but this is so easy. I just wanted to thank you. I won't take a lot of time, but just to let you know that I really appreciate the things you're teaching us and sharing with us, and having that complemented by the things that Dr. McWilliams is going over as well. And I think you certainly know this, Dr. Mark, but next Sunday, he's going to be talking about remedies. And how to make different remedies. And some of my friends on the call tonight might want to be on that call. So I just throw that out there for everybody's consideration.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Faye, for reminding us about that. He does these fabulous calls on Sundays around 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're free, you want to log into it and plug into it, because it's fabulous. Who is next, Dr. Imani?
How do we plug into those calls? Is there a information about that?
Yeah, your Solex back office is how you can get there, or I could send you the link afterwards if you like.
And I'm going to send, oh, I know you're talking about Dr. McWilliams' call. I'm going to look up the link right now for the call that's starting in a few minutes from the company, just in case folks didn't see it in their email. I think Shaz is next, and then Rachel Evans, and then we're probably going to wrap it up after that. Okay. Shaz, please. Good evening.
Hi,
Hey.
Dr. Mark.
Yes,
First
Shaz.
off, I am so sorry that I missed the coaching last week. I didn't see the email until after the fact. I had no idea you had sent it out. So are we going to have a coaching tomorrow?
Yes. For those
Okay.
of you that are interested in expanding your business, this is an opportunity for us to speak about the possibilities of expanding your AL Scan Solex business in 2021. Last week, just briefly, we just kind of went over telling our stories and having a story, because people are interested in stories, and then how to strategize and talk to people specifically in the matching game so you can enroll more people, how to get out of fear of talking to strangers about this technology, and how to language it so that they can understand it.
Okay, awesome. So last week, I scanned my best friend who has sciatica. And I think she was distracted at the time. She was checking her emails, something with her job, and she was all frowned up. And even though I told her to relax, she was like, well, how long is this gonna take? And I says, well, it's only gonna be a few minutes, but just act as though you're paying for it.
Yes.
So, and then she has sciatica, all right? So here's what happened. I scanned her, I did the inner voice, I did the vitals on her. I didn't even get to do the comprehensive or CEPI or anything, but I did those two things. Well, next morning, guess who had sciatica?
You.
Oh my God.
Transferred. Sorry.
Transferred.
Right.
She's fine. Transferred to me. I was at the doctor on Monday. But I did my CEPIs on Monday night, to treat myself, and I was fine on Tuesday. But I see what you talk about, that transferring, man. That's for real, especially somebody's being resistant or not appreciative of what you're giving to them.
Hey, I tell you, Chaz, I learned this in school in the master's program. Who owns the problem? If
Say it
you
again.
own it more than them, it'll transfer.
Right.
You got to give it back to them, right?
Yes. Thank you, man.
Yeah, next time you could say, well, I can see you really distracted, so let's find another time when you could focus.
Right.
And then treat yourself.
Thanks.
Congratulations. Good lesson.
Thank you.
All right, Doc, you want to take maybe two more and we'll wrap up?
That's fine. I'm looking for the link for tonight. I can't find it.
Yay, Rachel. Rachel Evans, everybody. Rachel.
Hi, thank you. It's great to be here. And there are two things. Well, I've been treating this dog and he's doing really, really well after his surgery. He's had the surgery before on the other leg, and his owner just can't believe how beautifully he's healing. And a lot of people are just coming in my life and they're just all saying, yes, I want to try it. So I'm not selling it, but I'm enjoying this process of learning and doing it. But I did want to check in with you, Dr. Mark, but on Monday, I do have a really wonderful friend who's going to give me she's starting her own company and lead in sales education, and it's free at noon Eastern time. And so if anybody wants to join in, she was a big corporate sales person for medical instruments. And I don't want to override what you do, Dr. Mark, but you did say you were interested. So I just...
the more the merrier. Maybe we can put that in the link.
Yeah, I'll just put my email address in the link. She's a wonderful person. I saw her in action as she was helping me talk to somebody the other day, and I was just flabbergasted how beautifully she talked to the person, how she knew just what to say, how I could relax, how she, so anyway, she's starting her own, and she also does coach. She's like a life coach. So she wants everyone to be in sync with their actual dream for their life, not just selling, you know, so on both sides of the equation. So that's what she's going to be teaching, and I'll put her little blurb and my email address, and anyone's welcome. It's free. It's free until
Monday at 12.
Yeah, yeah.
And I just want to ask a question. Am I mistaken in that I thought I saw that there was a call tonight? Was that all about I mean, I was on the call last night. Did anyone else see that there's a call tonight?
I did not.
Okay, so I was moving too quickly, so we can just relax and do
I think it was just a recap. The email was for the recap, yeah.
I saw that, Shaz. So I was looking back and I was like, okay, my mistake. Maybe that's what I saw earlier. So we can just kind of relax and do our call.
Okay, well, great. Let's pick up where we left off, Dr. Mani.
Yeah, Siri, Khalsa. Can you unmute yourself, Siri? Hello. We're not hearing you. If you wanted to speak, let's go.
I have a question. We did the clearing of the back for people with possible, maybe some extra spiritual attachments. What do you do in the case of a remote for someone that you feel also has spiritual attachments?
Oh, Siri, first thing you as you know, our style is always to ask for permission so that, you know, they're all in.
Right.
And then you would do the same protocol. You know, you would create a surrogate. And I don't know if you could see this doll here. This doll is a surrogate that I use to treat people in space. Okay. So I transfer their energy or put their picture. Let's say I would take a picture of them, and then I would put this face up, and I would treat them as if they were in my office or in my presence.
That sounds like some Louisiana work there.
Oh, it's actually transformational work. The
I'm
picture,
kidding.
I mean, it's all Louisiana. It's all that. It's all Think
Africa.
about it. We take a picture of a person, their date and birth, and we put them in a phone or a tablet, right. And that's exactly what we're doing.
Okay.
Yeah. Now it only looks strange because we haven't been able to bend our reality into fifth dimensional work. But in fifth dimensional work, we're 98% energy. Mm-hmm. We're 98% energy. Only 2% is real. So it's all quantum. And whether they're here or not, it's not important because you can treat them in space as if they were here in case they need to see something. You now have a strong enough witness in front of you to make that energy real. If not, it's not real to you and it won't happen. It's been used throughout the ages, Siri. It's called distance healing. You know, pastors in church do it all the time. Mm-hmm. It's called intercessory prayer. And I think, you know, there's some pastors on this phone. Dr. Cheryl Mason will back me up. I mean, real legitimate, pray for people all the time, and they're in other cities and they get healed.
No, I have no question about the remote. And I know we have the picture and radionics, you'd use hair. I just haven't heard of a doll since I was a teenager with my relatives in New Orleans.
I'm taking you back to your roots.
Yeah.
That's
real old school.
Yeah. Hey, that's where I'm from. My granddad would do stuff and now it's all in the books. And who knows, you know, the Egyptians were doing it before him. Thank you.
Okay, peace. Thank you.
Peace, peace, peace.
I think Sammy Stovall was next. Sammy?
Yes, I'm here. I'd just like to know, when you're sending frequencies, how long should you send one? Because I've been sending to my son and I didn't know how long to do it. So I've just been doing it for quite a number of hours at a time. But how long would be enough?
Well, you know, Sammy, it really depends on the situation. Let's say if I was treating my sister, and there's some great trauma that she's having, I might broadcast for 4 to 5 hours.
Okay.
And then I'll check in and see how she's doing. Or I might just run it all night while they're asleep. I actually treat a lot of you that have given me permission to treat you at nighttime. I just write your name on a sheet of paper and broadcast all night. And people are getting cars and all kinds of stuff. So I know it's working.
Oh, okay. So you can put the names on papers. What I had been doing is just, because his profile is in my phone, I had just been putting the profile on.
Yeah, that's even better because it's more focused attention.
Okay. All right. Okay, thank you. Oh, one other thing. Do you need to resolve after you do that or not?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Hey, Zuri, I just thought of this, and I want to thank you for that question. Actually, you can find a pair of scissors and, scissors, and you can go ahead and cut cords off of them using scissors.
Okay, great.
Yep, these are spiritual cords of attachments like jinns.
Right.
There's a lot of jinns on people, and jinns could be good or bad. But yeah, you can just go ahead and cut them. I mean, cut front and back. The back side is the spiritual side.
Right.
In my training, you always treat the back if you're trying to treat spiritual stuff.
Okay, we have Mimi next.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, Mimi.
I love how you explain things. I have a question for you. How do you, because I'm working with someone who resists everything, oppose everything, but the person is willing, love being, using the quantum. So I'm trying to see what is not deficiency, what is, what kind of blockage is that? Because I'm usually pretty intuitive, but I'm at loss on that situation. I checked for spirit, and I didn't. I test for spirit, but it doesn't look like spirit. It looks like more resistance, like trust issue. I'm not sure. So is it more of you talking about the back side, the front side, or the last time you were talking about the back of your head, the subconscious?
Yes.
So I just wanted your input.
Well, it's always good to ask the person and to ask them what is their belief system in terms of spiritual healing. And you might find that, they just think I need a medication to fix this. They may not really believe. So you can actually not battle their belief and their unbelief. You can simply be a scientist and just give them support at whatever level they consciously can receive it. Because sometimes they're not spiritually mature. This is like way advanced stuff. I shudder to think about a new person being on the call, seeing a doll. Zuri's right. Zuri, I'm laughing because, maybe 40 years ago, I'd be thinking these people are freaking crazy on this call. Click. But you have to grow into it because it is quantum. And I don't want to make light of using a doll, but simply you could write their name on a sheet of paper and do the same thing. And for your friend specifically, Mimi, it might be just you have to give them baby steps. First of all, take care of the headache. Second of all, make sure that they understand that they have some allergies, maybe to chicken or pork or eggs or wheat. You just start there. And maybe you let them know a little bit about the inner voice and let them read about it. But you don't explain because they probably won't get it until they're ready.
The person bottle. If I ever explain something, this person want everything what I have. It's like, how do you have this? Okay, this. Then the opposition comes. So you're right. Better not to explain.
Exactly. And it's maturity too. Like you're advanced. So they want to keep up with you without doing any work. They haven't put in any sweat equity to find out. They just want to ride on your coattail. They want to be hip, they want to be vogue, but they don't know what it is yet. So you just kind of help them along gradually. Give them a little bit. Start with the vitamins, allergies. Keep it simple.
So we have
Okay.
a lot of people with their hands up. I'm going to try to go in order. There's someone that just says
Thank you.
You're welcome. iPhone, and then I think Miss A and Shaz. Well, let's try to get in people that haven't had a question yet, and but you're still going to be addressed. So iPhone, and then Mrs. A, then Miss Dr. G, and then Assad. So let's start with person that says iPhone. Who is that? Please say your name and where you're calling from.
It might be me. My name is Najah. I was invited to this call by Dr. Karen Kelly, and I just wanted to, address the doll because I am somebody new on the call. And I just have to say that I'm feeling great about everything I'm hearing and everything I'm seeing, including the doll, because my spiritual practices and my spiritual beliefs are such that they're very close to the very ancient practices that our ancestors practice. And we have to have sometimes outer physical things from this realm in order to transfer the energy. But it only speaks to how technologically advanced they were.
Yes.
And it seems to be really, backwards and very, but this is very advanced healing work that is now letting me know that downloads that I was getting in 2017 are true about 2020 and 2021, which is that now we will be evolving to be able to catch up with the technology on a spiritual level. And it's amazing. And I'm really excited about what you all are doing. And I wish I had known sooner that this kind of thing was going on, because, people are, there's not a lot of scientific validation to the things that we as a people know and have known, indigenous people know and have known, have been legitimate and worked for centuries, for, eons. And so the scientific and technological explanations of these things are now catching up, and it feels good, it sounds good. In a way, science is late. So
right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. That was very positive testimonial, or just contribution to what we're speaking about, and welcome to our humble family here.
Thank you. I'm very interested. Thank you.
Good. Mrs. A, how are you?
That may be me, Tony Akers, I think.
Nope, it's not. Sorry.
Oh, it's not. Okay, sorry.
She had her hand up for a long time, and now I don't see it up. So
I'm up. I'm right here. Okay. I'm right here. Good. Greetings, family. How are you all?
Greetings. Very good.
That's good. Glad to be on the call. I had a question. I was working on my husband, and he wanted to know the source codes and the frequencies of the AL scan, and I couldn't answer the question. So I was wondering, did you all have a question answer for him?
Sure. You can look these up, Royal Raymond Rife frequencies.
Say that again.
Rife, R-I-F-E.
R-I-F-E.
Yes. And you can go on, he can go to YouTube and take a look at Royal Raymond Rife and take a look at Albert Abrams.
Okay.
And, these frequencies now are used, in some of our MRIs and CAT scans and magnetic energy. So it's really quite a science behind it. And you
Okay.
can point him in the direction of the science so he could understand. I mean, Albert Abrams was like studied at Harvard,
Mm-hmm.
and in the 1920s.
Okay.
And Nikolai Tesla, so he can go there and study Nikolai Tesla, and study some of these great giants that invented this technology. And of
Okay,
course,
yeah, because
that will take him all the way back to Kemet
mm-hmm.
and
He just
pyramid.
I think his curiosity was wondering where the source codes based, or for particular group of people, just making sure that it was aligned properly with you know his spirit, because when I did the scans on him, he had the last 2 times I've done it on him, he's had some kind of, I don't want to say negative, but different responses to it, like he got a headache, or
Now, that would be detox,
and I explained that to him.
Mm-hmm.
But he's just wanting to know more.
This is detox. It's like in nature, making sounds at night around 41 hertz.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's enough to create a stillness in you or agitation if you're not ready to submit and relax.
Exactly. I understand it, and but for him, he's a little bit more analytical, and he wants a little bit more in-depth information as far
I'll be
as
glad to talk to him. I would be glad to talk to him. Because you are his wife, most guys, have a hard time really hearing from the spirituality of feminine energy. But let me talk to him.
Okay, you know him very well, so I'm sure he would be glad to talk to you.
Anytime, I'll be glad to talk to him.
I'll tell him to give you a call.
Please, he's got my number.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That's amazing, Miss A. I got the same request from someone today. There's a chiropractor who is friends with one of our associates, and he had a very similar question about the frequencies, and he wants to speak to Dr. Mark. So I was trying to
yes.
So Dr. Mark, you got 2. Maybe you can speak to them at the same time.
We'll put them on a conference call, a men's meeting.
Yes, because we're having these long conversations. He was like, well, I understand it's like, he was comparing it to the on-demand. He was like, look how the on-demand, they tell you what their frequencies are and what they're using if you look them up. But with the AL scan, you don't know where the frequencies are coming from. And I'm like, okay, well, I will get you some answers. Just give me some time.
Yes.
Great.
Yes. But thank you all so much for the support. And I will definitely be putting him in contact with you.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
All right, thank you.
We have Assad and Dr. G. I'm sorry if I flipped the order. I don't remember who was going first. Assad, let's start with you, and then Dr. G, and then Chaz, and then Tony. Yes, okay, all right. Assad, how are you?
I'm fine, how are you?
Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while.
My question was, I keep hearing something about dolls. Is that what everyone's saying?
Yes, you missed it.
Yeah, I want to know more about what that was.
Okay, Assad, in frequency medicine, you can I choose to sometimes transfer energy in a 3-dimensional level. So I could see the hands, the foot, the sciatic nerve. I could see the frontal lobe, the amygdala, the parietals. I'm very analytical and also a scientist. So the more I can get on the sciatic nerve, the stronger my treatment's going to be.
Okay.
So I don't mess around with space and guessing. I know where cranial nerve 4 is and where lumbar 4 is, or 5, L5. And what I want to do is I want to use something that can help me do that. And that's why I said use a surrogate. And the surrogate that I'm using is a doll. And that's what I'll use to treat somebody in space with. Space meaning they're not here, they can't come to my office, they live somewhere like in New Zealand, and I want them to not have pain that night, then I'll treat them. I also will use it to broadcast to someone who's having financial issues, and they'll get a car.
I see.
Because I know the parts of the brain that will unlock the fear about being rich.
Fear of
And
being
I'll
rich.
unlock it for them so they could get an automobile. And then I'd love to hear that they got a good automobile. I like to unlock it for them so they can get money and people can give them money. There are people on this call that get money every day. And we don't want haters to be hating, so we don't ask them to share. Because haters hate.
I see.
And unlockers unlock.
Right.
And I've still been using the AO scan to help my mom, and she's making great improvements. She actually got transferred out of the rehabilitation center, I think yesterday. So she's still not. Thank you. She's still not back to normal, but she's definitely improving cognitively.
Man, you have familiar piety. In the Tao, we say that you have blessings because you love your mother enough to help her. This is blessings on you, man.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
What a great son you are.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Best, the best.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Awesome. Dr. G, good evening.
Greetings. How's everyone doing today?
Well.
Hey, Dr. G.
How you doing, Dr. Mark? We got to talk. Two things. One, I wanted to just chime in about the doll. I actually use surrogate. I have a bear, and I use it as a proxy bear when I do distance Reiki. So, and it helps me to be able to focus on the various parts of the person that I'm working on at a distance. But I also wanted to share that I was listening to a couple of podcasts that were very recently talking about Sarah and the Sarah, everybody's talking about the global financial reset that's going on and so forth. And the interesting thing that came up was that at one point they started talking about when this happens, med beds were going to be available and widely available for people first in the United States. They talked about Houston and somewhere else. And I was thinking, I know this group is talking about that too, but apparently just the fact of being able to recreate limbs, they're saying different things, whatever these med beds do, but it made me think about the fact that the company that we are with has that kind of technology. So what's going forth with the global financial reset on a global level also includes global healing or quantum healing. And I think that's very important that we're now getting on the forefront of that with this, with our Solex and the AO scan. So we need to know that a lot of people are hearing about this kind of quantum healing, and it should be a more open door for what we're doing.
Right. Very good. Very good.
Hey, my bed is being built right now. I'll have one in the next 4 months.
Well, like I said, I actually heard them. I mean, these are big time people who are involved with the Sarah and the Sarah saying, and they talked a lot about med beds. Before they get in Europe, they're going to be here. And I thought, I think we're going to have one in Atlanta area.
Real quick. It's actually being built.
Chaz, you got 2 minutes. We're trying to go real fast because we're like running out of time. So Chaz, you got the floor.
Let me unmute myself. While we're on here, because one of my people was supposed to be on the call tonight, and she sent me a text because last night she told me, we were just chatting, and she said her eyes were so tired to the point of where it was paining her. She couldn't sleep. She felt restless. Now I had already helped her with groin pain that she was having. And I said, you know what, while I was talking to her, I said, well, do I have the permission to help you tonight? And she said, sure. So I did some Sephi on her. And then, so she's telling me tonight, she couldn't get on the call. But I just wanted you to know. She said, first, I felt like it was a lot of pressure on my eyes. She said, and then it just went away. She said, and I slept like a baby because the last thing I did was I put on there for the sleep well. And she said she slept like a baby. So that's good. I have a question. Could this help someone with scoliosis?
Well, we don't mention any disease by name,
Okay.
but it balances the body, so patterns of discomfort and dis-ease have the possibility of going where they belong.
Okay. All righty.
Great.
I'd take a point of personal preference to wish Chaz a happy birthday. I hope she had a happy birthday. Happy birthday, Chaz!
Oh, we didn't say that's a birthday. Let me tell you this. I'm still in birthday mode. Okay, I told you I go till March 3rd. I take back my 3 days that they stole in February. So I'm still in birthday mode. I went out. I went to brunch and I ate and it was beautiful. And I was sleeping in the car before we got home. And then I did. Then I buy my vitals, and it said I had a food sensitivity to lamb, and I had lamb chops.
Okay.
I had fun. It was great.
Well, I'll celebrate with you, definitely.
Yes.
Tony, you've been waiting.
Hi.
How are you?
Hi, you said Tony, right?
Yes, I did.
Yes. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I waited my turn. Hi, everyone. I'm normally quiet on the call. I have a testimony and then I have a question. My spiritual background is that I'm a reverend doctor, Pentecostal church, laying on the hands, miracles, pulling out, casting out demons, all of that stuff. So with me, my testimony is I had a family member that was suffering from alcoholism, and they, it's on the mom blood side of the family, dad blood side of the family. And it was just horrible, just, DUIs, drunk all the time, every day, waking up drinking, going to bed drinking. So I ran some vitals, some comprehensive, all that stuff, did reports. And this person hasn't drank now in about 2 weeks. This is a miracle.
Run alcoholism too, Tony. There's actually I guess in CEFI, there's something called alcoholism, and that works too. So.
Oh, okay. All right. So that's a testimony. And then my question is this, because it's like when the teacher's ready, that's when the students show up. So since I've had my scanner, it's like all these sick people are kind of coming out the woodwork. People I haven't heard from in years, they finding me on LinkedIn or Facebook, and they're just reaching out to me saying, hey, I know you used to do herbs and oils or whatever. And I'm running these reports, but I feel like when I'm running their vitals and I can hear those tones, I feel like there's a transference going on. I need.
Yeah, a transference could happen, especially if you are very empathic. So, there's a couple things you can do to ground yourself.
There's no transference going on in this space with the scanner.
What was your question, Tony? Sorry.
My phone was ringing when making sure that I am protecting myself from transference, because people are coming out the woodwork with a lot of disease. We're talking cancer and back problems and all kinds of stuff. I just need to make sure that when I'm running my scan that there's no transference going on.
Right.
Well, a couple things that would be really good. There's a crystal called shungite.
Mm-hmm.
You should put that near your scanner. That will actually protect you. When you are running healings on people, when you get done with someone, clear your field and then say complete. You have to complete. You don't keep running one program after another. It's like you run the program, you clear, say the word clear, and then wash your hands and shake everything off.
Okay, and what was the name of that stone? You said it was called what?
It's shungite. It's
shungite.
It's a wonderful stone. You can find it at a lot of the gym shows or Amazon.com. And you want to use that in your field. It will protect you from EFMs and also shield you, because when you're working with people, they hold on to you. Mm-hmm. Some people are honestly vampires.
Mm-hmm.
They won't do the work, but they'll hold on to you and make you responsible. So what I do is make sure they sign an agreement. Just having them sign giving you permission cuts a lot of the junk out of the trunk.
All right, gotcha.
Yeah, you have to be really, really mindful and protective of your home and your sacred space. You don't want all them entities hopping on you because you're already spooky wooky. Casting out demons and stuff like that. You think they don't know who you are?
Also, Dr. Mark, those precious stones like shungite are located in the Old Testament.
Yes.
So it has a great validity that we need to use our precious stones because it's already in the good book. So I just wanted to throw that in.
Hey, who said that? Valerie?
That was
No, Jordan Bay.
Hey, Jordan, thank you. Boy, drop that knowledge.
Yeah, that's good.
And you can purify your water with them too.
And you can purify your water. Throw it in your gallon of water and purify it.
And I make soap out of them too.
Oh, go ahead, doctor.
I've actually been.
Flores, who has been waiting so patiently. Hey, Angela.
Dr. Kamel in the house.
Hello, everybody. I just came on. I actually recently fractured my spine, L1 to L3, and I'm going to be receiving my scanner. And I just want to know, like, when I'm going to try to, of course, heal myself first before I start healing others. When I do my scan, should I do a clearing first and then jump into the healing?
I would.
Okay.
I would.
Okay, fine then.
Perfect.
And then do a complete afterwards.
I would certainly start with the vitals.
Yeah.
And just kind of see what's going on. But after that, I'd be hitting the inner voice.
Sounds like a plan.
To work on all the emotional stuff. I mean, you might have some real inflammatory foods or something that's contributing to it.
Oh yeah, I had to change my whole diet so completely goes alkalized, just to get like the blood flowing better, completely taking everything out that I don't need. It's been like a detox, getting everything out of the system, cleansing it, and not taking any of the pain medication. My doctors thought I was crazy when I told them that I didn't want to do the surgery. And I told them, nope, don't worry, I'm going to figure it out with visualization. I have a couple of tools in my toolbox and I'm not doing the surgery. So I was like, I got to figure out a way. If I clear first, do vitals, then inner voice, and then go forward. So I just wanted to make sure I was on the right track.
You're on the right track, and you can always check with your upline and they can support you too.
Wonderful. Thank you so kindly, everyone.
Hey, if you have any questions, look me up. I'll be glad to help you.
Thank you so kindly, Dr. Mark.
You're welcome, beloved.
I know we heard more than one time that the quick scan was just around the corner, but I also heard in the video from last night's call that it was due on Monday, quite possibly. Did you hear that, Dr. Mark?
I did, and so we're excited about that.
Very nice.
That'll help. That'll help a lot. So we have V, who's next? Good evening.
What? It's Valerie.
There's V on there. Hey, Valerie.
Hi, Valerie.
Hi, I just wanted to ask you a question. I was reading, actually, I got this book called Source Code Meditation, and it's by Dr. Michael Cotton. And I was wondering, Dr. Mark, had you heard of him? He talks about moving the energy to your higher brain living, your frontal lobe, I believe.
Yes.
So have you heard about him? Is there any validity? There's a lot of information out there, and he has a whole school and everything like that.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get your opinion.
Oh, yeah. Any neuroscience, my background is I studied with Dr. Phillips in NIS, Neural Integration System, for those of you that like to take notes. And in the science of neural integration, I mean, we're talking about neurology and how important the brain is, neurotransmitters are, how important these lobes of the brains that do these incredible things. And if you can if you can activate that,
Mhm.
you can heal your life. You can honestly get out of all kind of predicaments.
Well,
And
that's what he's been saying. So
it's absolutely true. It's been around for a long, long time. You know, I can put a needle in, say, a particular acupressure point, and you would allow me to actually take teeth out with a screwdriver because you wouldn't have any pain.
okay.
That's how scientific this stuff is. And more important, how it works. And now we got all the brain stuff, which is what I'm wanting you to know about so that you could really get good results. I mean, for yourself.
Yeah, I just felt like learning that particular technique would actually help me in helping others, not
You're
just
right. I
myself.
mean, there's nothing new. And it's just time to apply what you know.
Okay.
Ants are building homes, birds are building nests. Everybody's doing something for themselves. We got the technology. Let's use it.
Dr. Mark, may I add something to this young lady who just spoke? This is Jordan Bay again. Dr. Joe's Dispenza, he's on YouTube. He had a spinal injury years ago, and he talks himself into healing.
Yeah,
And
so
that's why he is a world-renowned person who talks about the quantum healing and how to heal yourself. So you
yeah,
might want to check him out on YouTube.
so it's actually funny. So because I'm Colombian and he's from Colombian descent, and I was watching his documentary Heal, and he showed exactly, and that's what motivated me because Thursday they spoke about surgery, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm not doing surgery. There's just something telling me not to do surgery. And my friend goes, Ange, go watch Heal by Dr. Joe Dispenza. And I watched it. Okay.
Absolutely.
And I was like, that's what it was. I knew I knew I could do it. And
Because
just see how he
and you
visualize.
can see why they were trying to tell him that he needed the surgery. He wasn't going to last. And he would be in a wheelchair all his life. And he says, no, I'm not taking that.
And within 4 months, he rebuilt his whole spine column from T1 from the top. He broke from T top down to L1. And he completely rebuilt it with visualization and quantum physics and frequencies. And he spoke about of just sitting there in silence and visualizing his whole spine column. And right there, I was like, I knew it. I knew there's other ways around this. And I just
type his name.
Dr. Mark also does a meditation that helps you to go in and readjust your spinal cord too, because I know
Wow.
people who have scoliosis
Yeah.
that he's given exercise to help too.
Oh, that's absolutely magical. I definitely will be looking for you, Dr. Mark. Don't worry.
We'll be glad to help you.
Thank you so kindly again.
Dr. Mark?
Yes.
So along with the doctors that the people that everybody was talking about, we can bring it right down to somebody in this group. I had a tumor. This was before I even knew about the AO scan. So now I have even more tools to work, have a great tool to work with. But I had tumors in my abdomen, which every doctor that I went to said I needed to have surgery to have them removed in case they were cancerous, blah, blah, blah. And I chose not to. I visualized and did some holistic things. And when I went back to check, they were gone in 2 months. They were gone. And the doctor was astounded, wanted to know how I disappeared them. I gave him my techniques, told him what I did. So anybody, it doesn't have to be a world famous doctor, anybody in the world, and disappear tumors out of their body, straighten their spinal cord, do whatever, heal themselves of diseases. But now that we have the scanner, just empowers us to, right, Dr. Mark, it empowers us to have something we can use now to help us do that.
Hey, thank you, Spirit.
Yeah, thanks, Spirit. I think we have Diane M's iPhone, and then Dr. Cheryl Mason.
Hi, this is Diane.
Do this
How are you?
quickly.
Hi,
Closing
Diane.
up in a few minutes.
Hi, how are you, Dr. Mark?
Hi. Hey.
Wow, it's been such a week. Anyway, I had my granddaughter who has severe allergies, and she started a new school and they gave her macaroni and cheese, which she shouldn't have. And so She had about 3 o'clock this morning, a real sneezing, coughing fit. And do you know, I ran the scanner on her. And I also have something called patches that I use, that the glutathione patch.
Yes.
And I put that on her, and I did the ear scan, and she got up this morning, not a cough, not a sneeze, nothing. It was just amazing. So it was awesome. I just did a scan for a guy who has a tumor. And I did the whole thing, and I did the cleansing and the clearance, the reversing, and he was just totally amazed. So I'm waiting to hear those results. Thank you.
Hey, Diane, it
Oh,
works.
yeah, Diane. Oh,
Keep going,
yeah.
keep going.
Thank you, thank you.
Yes.
It's just getting better and better. Oh, and I did one for a guy yesterday. I did a remote. The remotes are working so well. I'm in Fort Lauderdale, he's in West Palm, and he's like, you never met me. How do you know all of this? How did you know that? Totally amazed. So he says, I got 6 people to send to you.
All right.
So it's amazing. Thank you.
All right. Congratulations.
You're welcome.
Mason.
Hello, everyone. God bless you all. I just have a quick about 1 or 2 comments. First of all, I thank God for all your information. You know, I just feel like sometimes I'm just not as up on it as you guys because my background is more in theology and things like that. But I'm listening and trying to catch on, you know, as much as I can. And I want to feel within certain knowledge because I'm not used to the terminologies and things like that. But anyway, I'm still hanging on, like, you know, I'm gonna get this. But I want to have 2 questions. First of all, I thank God for my scan is like really changed my whole life, you know, my health, little challenges. It gets me out of stuff real quick. I had a little challenge with my neurological, I guess somewhere over there in my neck, and Dr. Mark was telling me how to use it. And it just went away, you know. And so I'm doing it on myself so I can be more expert into helping others as well on a higher level. You know, I'm helping them like here and there, but not on a higher level of different things because I'm not familiar with some of the terminologies that you guys are, but I know how to do the basics. So I'm learning. Also, I graduated to the vital signs, Dr. Mati. I was like you, stuck on the selfies, and I didn't want to try that. You know, and I was like, oh boy, I don't know if I'm ready for that. I don't want to see nothing now. I want to see, but I don't want to see. But I went on and did it. And I was so amazed how I had so many greens, you know, that I wasn't really out of the box like I thought I was, you know. So I was real encouraged by that. So, and one more thing, Dr. Mark, I just want to say, I tried the sticky thing that you put over the fingers, and I tried it on my son, but I think I did it right. He was like, well, I don't feel that. I don't know what you're talking about. So I was like, clear, say stop, and all this. So I wonder if you could briefly go over that one more time, because I want him to get it, you know, because I did his vitals and everything. And Dr. Mark, I did send you an email about wanting to join your class, your coaching class. I did it when you was as you were saying it, so I probably was one of the first ones maybe, but I didn't hear nothing back. I just want to make sure I'm connected with you guys because I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to do as much as I can. I can't afford to get into the right now I am. I'm not speaking in the atmosphere into some of the trainings that you have that course, but God is working that out for me. But I'm amazed that at this day and time, things are shifting. I hear some of my mentor preachers now writing books talking about frequencies and how to bring heaven on earth by the things you say and the things you do. So I thank God that the ministries are coming up with the knowledge that is already written in the Bible about, you know, call those things that be not as though they were, and in positive thinking, and what you put in the atmosphere is what, you know, you will reward you one way or another. So I'm good at that. I'm expert at theology. I'm a doctor in theology. I know it like him, but I want to know this side too. So I thank y'all. And I just wanted to, you know, say that, you know, praise God. Thank you.
Praise God. Thank you so much. Yes, if you would send me number one Dr. Mark, M-A-R-K at att.net. It's not I'm not sure, there's no charge for it. It's just a way for us to have a conversation to accelerate and use this technology to create more prosperity for us. So it's a half-hour conversation just to look at deliverables on how to generate money so that you can continuously grow and take care of the things that you really want to take care of. So number one DR Mark, the number one DR Mark at att.net. Thank you for that.
And we've got it's a little after 9. I have to jump off. So if folks want to continue asking questions, if you have more time, Dr. Mark.
Yeah, I'll take a couple more. Thank you, Dr. Imani.
You're so welcome. Good evening, everyone. Peace and love.
Bye.
Good evening.
Yes.
I have a question. Someone before me. I'm sorry.
Is that Kimberly? Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Quick question. I ran a scan the other day and I ended up running it again. I did the vitals. And what began to show up was hardening of the arteries and arteriosclerosis. And that caused some concern. So I ran those two on Cephi. And I'm wondering if you could suggest or recommend anything else because it seemed to be a little bit alarming.
Yes. Well, one thing about frequencies, we have lots of opportunities to have pathology, some form of dis-ease, but it's all prevention. So don't think of it like concrete, medical diagnosis. Think of it like an opportunity to change. So first thing is you would work on your diet, take care of some of the colonics, you really want to clean out the blood, but you want the colon to work. And Dr. Camille is on the line. Dr. Camille can tell you what it would take to do it. And I would get in touch with her and get some of her greens and all of the stuff that she has to really take care of your gut. And then those conditions will go away.
Okay, Dr. Camille, if you would please put your information in the chat.
I sure will.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Mark. Thank you.
That's how you do it. I mean, you just work on your gut.
All right.
And then, clean out the blood. And then the next thing you know, you don't have to worry about that. Don't worry. That's the opposite of God.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi.
May I say something? Hi, this is Saidia Therapy Lady. I'll take these off so I can see her. But I just wanted to just come on because I am in the healthcare profession. I'm a healthcare practitioner. I'm an occupational therapist, comedic yogi. I do Thai massage. What really struck me today was I went to go see my awesome mentor, Dr. Camila, and she had been wanting to do the scan on me. And she did everything. She did the voice, she did the vital, she did the comprehensive. And it was so amazing at how the frequencies of the voice, when it showed me the octaves and the F sharps and everything like that. And I looked at it all as, because I play a trumpet. So I knew the sharps and the music, and it was very healing, I'll say the least. The first one that I did, it made me start tearing up because of those emotions that are trapped in my body. Yeah. And I actually literally felt the emotions shifting and moving. And then also when she was doing the scanning, putting the scan onto my TMJ on each side.
Yes.
And it was just like, when she had the music going, but when she turned it down, I could actually feel the vibrations, and I can actually feel what was going on inside of my body. So I am definitely going to be working on getting the finances and everything to be able to come aboard and purchase it, because this will help me with some of my clients, my clients in occupational therapy, and then also doing the remote healing as well. So I just want to, I didn't know if there was a manual or anything, because I'm going to be practicing on myself with everything that I found out about myself, didn't even realize it. Because you think you're in pretty good health. And then when you get the scan, it's not saying that you have all this going on, but it's saying that it's compromised and there are things that you need to pay attention to. And now, like you say, the purifying of the blood and the colon, because that's where everything starts. So that's the main thing that I'm going to be working on, and I'm going to be trying it out on my daughter and family members first, and
That's
then
how
that
it
way,
works. Well, you
yeah,
got the right mentor. Dr. Camille is got you. So
yeah.
you would start by just looking at the inner voice and reading that, and then getting back in touch with her so you could maybe study some of the videos on YouTube and plug
Okay.
into the call. You'll learn
Okay.
real fast.
Okay, I'm excited. You know, when I find something that works, I'm like, oh yes, this is the missing link. Because
Yes.
everyone comes to you, but they really don't know. They know they're having something going on, but when this like pinpoints it, you're like, okay.
Yeah,
So
game
thank
changer.
you. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you all so much.
Okay, thank you for sharing.
Dr.
Rachel,
Mark,
yes.
question. To piggyback on the inner voice piece, is the inner voice unique to each individual in terms of the tones when we do the recording?
You know, what we heard Lauren Swanson say is that each octave, each note, each A, D, F, G sharp is your signature. So it's unique to you. It's
Yeah.
unique to the client.
And,
And if they really focus, it made me cry the first time I felt that,
yeah.
because it showed me something about, there was a part that is true for me that I was present to. And it changed everything once I was like focused on the truth. And then it shifted. So if
Yeah.
people are willing to really not be distracted, but focus in on it, like really 3 times a day for 14 days, and it's true for them, their whole life will change on that issue.
Yeah. A follow-up. As it relates to the vitals, and when it has the previous scan and current scan, when does the previous scan, when is that scan? And I know that is the current scan after you do the optimization.
Yes.
But when is the previous scan actually into the system? Is it
So when you
separate
load
from?
your name in, and when
Yeah.
you begin to, you know, project your voice, that is now data that's in that machine.
Clear.
Okay.
And so now you're beginning to get a track record. As you optimize, then you move to the next thing. So it's already AI, artificial intelligence, just working. It's telling you, you know, this is the pattern that is present. And then you optimize and you move into something preferred. And then eventually you stay with them and they'll get to the action. You know, they got to make some changes. Maybe they got to give up alcohol, we heard. Or maybe they got to give up, you know, all the wheat cereals, the gluten, and then change. Maybe they got to do 12, 14 colonics. Maybe they got to really, really do the work. Stop eating all the bad foods, and then everything will change. Everything.
This is an aside, but since you use the word colonics, you know, I do them regularly. And so today is my day, right? So I'm getting the colonics, and so I decided to go on selfie and just put digestion and intestinal. And I had an additional release. I said, I don't know if I want to share that on the group, but
Yeah,
we all adults here,
yeah,
but
doc.
it
It works.
really works.
Hey, that's the way to maximize it, you know?
Yeah, that's
Hey,
right.
and
That's
then
right.
take it to your colon therapist and tell her, you really get me cleaned out. Now you need to add this machine to the game. Don't forget to put this in the mix.
I got you.
And
Well,
sell them one.
when I shared it, you know, with him, and he was aware of frequencies. Now he wasn't aware of what our AO scan, but frequencies, uh, um, he was aware of. And I said, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna use this a little bit more
Yeah.
along with the process. So yeah, but you're right, cleaning the gut is the key.
You want to live to be 100, take care of your gut.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Doc. Rachel.
Yeah, I had two questions. One is my daughter had a terrible, terrible, terrible toothache, and maybe they couldn't find an infection and they were talking about a root canal. So I told her to wait until she got the infection cleared up, or whatever it is. But when I did the scan, she thought it made it worse. And I wondered if the scan could, when I did the Cepheid for tooth problems, and I wondered if it could not mix with her, painkillers, because she was getting to be on the strongest painkillers. And then I was on the phone with her and I turned it on and she went, oh, it's worse. And I was like, oh, no. So yeah, I just wondered about that.
Yeah, detoxing and, tooths are definitely nerve root and infection and some other stuff. I probably would start working more, like all the dental stuff is really related to bone. And I would like to, work on the nerves and not so much the tooth, kind of work around it a little bit.
Okay.
And work on infection, and just kind of bring
I
it
was
down.
looking for infection. Is there infection in there? I didn't see it.
Let me pull it up and see. I'm in Selfie right now.
Yeah, me too here.
Obviously, you could go to subtle energy field and printer, and then you could work on some of the emotional stuff too, like peace and calm and tranquility.
Yeah.
And then immune support, you can do that, just kind of give her a little bit of support. And then you can drop down into the quantum section. And that's where I'm at right now. And, you could work on like antibiotics. You could just give her some antibiotic general.
Oh.
Because that's what she needs.
Okay. All right.
And then you could work on like teeth and gums and infection. It's under bad teeth.
Yeah, I did that one. That's the one I did. Yeah.
Yep. And you can come back a little bit later on that if it bothered her. You could let's see. Sometimes when you're in there, like right now I'm in there.
Uh-huh.
And I would hit stop and then start again. So you could change the frequency.
You mean you'd go back and forth, stop, start, stop, start?
Yeah, because it's changing the frequency. It was just the frequency that turned her up, especially if it sounds like a drill.
Yeah, right.
Sometimes you just, work with the frequency and turn it around by stopping, starting.
It's done.
You could get to the real calm effect on her.
I put it on her dog who was going in for surgery, and she went to take him in for surgery and he didn't need the surgery.
Oh, that's great.
I put health, strength, and recovery.
Okay, now I'm running this one. I don't know if you can hear it.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit less than the drill sound.
What's that one?
That's like the number 4. So you just keep stopping and starting until you find one that's really tranquil for her.
Oh, got it. Okay.
I wouldn't abandon it. Don't throw it away.
Okay.
Just turn it down so she can handle it.
Changes the frequency. Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay. And then for me, I've had this a lot, and it just happened this morning. I got a broken blood vessel in my eye.
Yeah.
And sometimes they get very close to the eyeball. This one's not so bad, but I'm just wondering, I didn't know if there was anything for that.
Yeah, it's really good, just to go back into that category and just,
yeah, and I looked at all the eye things and I couldn't find anything that that looked like it was appropriate.
Well, one thing about the eyes, anytime you do the eyes, you can. This is where you would flick and see which ones.
Right. Okay.
Because it's not necessarily, for you to figure it out. It's for your body to realize which one out of this would be the best.
I got it.
Or use your pendulum, or ask the Holy Spirit to tell you. which one of these would work the best for me.
Okay, all right.
Because there's about 6 or 7 eyes here, quite a few.
Yeah.
Affected eyes, all kinds of, yeah, maybe about 10 eyelids, all of it.
Yeah, what you want here? You know that there's a the one that's about the drooping eyelid.
You got some barbecue potato chips in there?
I had it
Look, I was looking at that bag yesterday at the store, and I didn't go in there and get it.
I'm sorry.
I had an eye doctor, a chiropractor, and he put something. He made air go up into my nose, and it would pop that drooping eyelid up. And I wondered if that's what this eyelid one has, the frequency of that that therapy.
Hey, I would try it, Rachel, and let us know how that works. Remember, you're going to change the frequencies until you find the one that's the most harmonious for you.
Okay.
And then it'll work fast.
Okay. I thank you very much.
All right. Ms. Stovall, this will be the last one, and then I got to let you go.
Okay. I wanted to ask again about that vitals. I noticed that when I did mine this last time, the first time they looked good, but then after I optimized, it seemed like I started getting a lot of the other colors, like either red or orange.
Yes.
When in the beginning they were green.
Yeah, that happens when you start like deep cleaning. You know, there's levels to the cleaning. One is run the vacuum cleaner. The second one is to move the couches and the chairs and, you know, really get in there. And so when you do that, you're now deep cleaning. So stuff starts coming up. But if you keep going, you know, don't worry about it because it's just frequencies. You're going to really settle in a sweet spot.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's the goal. Is just keep, you know, it's all superficial. Like, how are you doing? Fine. Then you really talk to them. They're not so fine. So that's what's going on there.
Okay, so but one other thing, like if something was already red and then it stays red, and you know, I've had one thing in particular that I've been kind of concerned about. It's been staying red on both sides. So
okay. Then, you know, for every year of disease, you know, going to have to work on that for about 3 months.
Okay.
That's just a naturopathic law, which means you might need support. You need to make that a priority. It's probably a kind of a dis-ease on the emotional plane. So you want to get that book, Louise Hay's You Can Heal Your Life, or Carol Truman's book, Feelings Buried Alive, Never Die, and start working with those emotions like inner voice and clear all that up. That's what it's pointing you to.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, folks, we love you. Thank you for being on the call. Brother Reggie, you do always a fabulous job, man.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Mark. It's a pleasure. I get the best of it.
Hey, and if you want to contribute tithes and offerings, I want Reggie to put his link in there so we can pay for this, so we can keep the hour of power going. Reggie, put your link in there. And don't be afraid to drop some money in there. You're making money, folks. Spend your money, tie it into the right thing.
I will definitely do that. I'll put my my Cash App in there. How about that?
Yeah, Cash App will work.
And
hey, here's an opportunity for you to contribute, ladies and gentlemen.
You got Zelle?
I do have Zelle. My Zelle is my email address, and I'll put that in there as well.
So it's $ Reggie.
Reggie Smith 770.
Smith.
And my Zelle is my email address, reggiesmith770@gmail.com. And your love offering is received with love.
That's capital Reggie Smith 770@gmail.com.
Congratulations on your med bed.
Oh yeah, can't wait to put you on it.
I can't wait.
I'll have it in a couple months, definitely.
Okay.
And then we got to get you one.
I'm going to be the first one, Dr. Mark. I don't care. I'm going to be the first one to get in it.
Yeah.
I'm coming to Georgia.
All right, we'll get you all in it. Med bed.
Here, thank God I made it here, so I'm ready.
Hey, I actually, my friends went to visit the home company, and she's still telling me she saw Jesus.
Oh, wow.
I believe her because she's serious. Her whole life has changed. She said she saw the Lord and everything changed. Got out of a bad relationship. Everything changed on this woman. I believe it.
Oh, that was from going in the med bed?
She went to Utah and got in the med bed. Everything changed.
Wow.
All the joint pain, everything that she had is gone.
Amen. And you said 30 minutes, right?
She said they let her in it like maybe 30 minutes max. She said it felt like it was eternity when she was in that bed. But the actual time was like 30 minutes because they try to get as many people in as possible. And she was in the bed 30 minutes. Says it felt like a lifetime.
What's the approximate price of being able to enter one?
I don't know yet. I know that Lawrence Swanson sold those to NASA, and they've been using them there, for the astronauts. But there's a couple med beds out in the world, and I'm starting to call to interview the people to find out how they're using it. And